Good morning, everyone. It's Catherine from my hillside garden. Only I'm not at my hillside garden today. We're at my Zone 7 garden. I know we've never been here together before, but I wanted to get this shown to you finally. I did get some things done yesterday. I couldn't take the time to video. I'm very sorry, but I was in a rush to get some things done. So I'll take you on a little tour now, and I'm going to plant some flower seeds today. I'm going to put up some video of what the garden looked like before we took it over. So all of these raised beds are made out of cedar board, and my husband built them for me. And they are a couple of different sizes, as you can see. Some are 2 feet wide, some are 4 feet wide, and some are 3 feet wide. I did plant my onions yesterday, excuse my shadow. So I got the onion seeds that I remember that I planted and had in the grow room. So they're finally out, excuse me, and in the ground. 3 nice rows of those. And I'll be putting in clips of that because the whole bed is filled with beautiful worms. And you know how I just love them. So I did 2 rows of banana fingerling potatoes in this bed. This is probably one of the last beds that has not been totally supplemented with chopped leaves. We just ran out of them last year. So, but the soil was very moist. It hasn't rained in a while. And I believe I got 11, I think 5 on one side, 6 on the other, over here in this bed. And then I did the Molly Magic, those blue or purple potatoes. Those are in here. And this bed was supplemented with the leaves. I have to decide what I'm going to put on this side. And then here's my garlic. This was planted in October. And according to the tags, we have soft neck on this side. And it was supplemented and covered with the leaves. And then we have hardneck on that side. And as you can see, there are tomato cages laid down in the beds. I try to do that because we have a couple of cats in the neighborhood that like to use them for their litter boxes, and then they dig things up. So that's why the tomato cages are laying down at this point. This is our leaf mulch. Generally, it's filled all the way to the top. We filled it all the way to the top with mostly chopped up leaves. Our neighbor has 2 wonderful and glorious oak trees that actually my grandmother planted. So those trees are over 60 years old. And they put all of their leaves over the fence, and we chop them up. And we share our bounty with them. But in the leaf pile, what we do, I put regular soil and a little bit of supplemented soil, some compost in there, and then we plant out our Long Island cheese pumpkins, and they grow all season, and they take up almost this whole back area. One of the things that we did last night, my husband was able to get 2 pallets, and he cut them down. So I know this compost pile isn't the size that's recommended. It's not 3 feet tall, but pretty close. And we actually filled that. When we were here last, we collected 5 recycle cans of grapevine leaves, cuttings from the holly bushes, just whatever we could, because as you could see, this is all chopped down here now. Last year this went like a jungle. We just didn't get it under control, so we had to take care of it the last time I was here, and it still needs to be cut up. We had considered renting a chipper, but it would be $200 for 4 hours, and we just couldn't see spending that kind of money. So we're going to have to, now that I have some empty recycle cans, I'm going to have to chop that up a bit. That's my old compost pile, and underneath actually is nice compost. We just didn't have any place to put all this stuff when we were cutting a couple weeks ago. So that's a little bit of an update of the Zone 7 garden. And today what I'm going to work on, amongst other things, is this whole area. I'm going to put flower bed in here. We're going to have some alyssum, some zinnia, some nasturtium, and a whole lot of sunflowers. And I'm hoping they will grow because, as you can see, there's the remnants of the one from last year right there. This is south facing. The east is in that direction. So it does get full sun all day long. And the daffodils and hyacinths are just about gone over now. So in the fall, I think I'm going to break these up and separate them a little bit, spread them out. And this, I believe, is called stone crop. I put this in here 10 years ago, and it was just a tiny little 4-inch pot of the stone crop, and it just seems to love it here. It is actually on top of cinder block, so I think that's part of the reason, that microclimate, it really likes that. But it just looks so gorgeous all year long. So I think I'm going to take some of that and transplant it in my Zone 7 garden. So that's just a little update. Follow me along today while I do some seed planting.